Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to be doing my first update for my 18 in 2018 project pan. I have some progress to show you guys, I have some empties to show you guys, and I have some additional products that I'm going to be adding into this pan. I am really motivated lately to be panning stuff, and while not all of my progress is super satisfying, I'm pretty proud of what I've been able to accomplish thus far. So without further ado, let's get into the update. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the thing I'm most excited about because I have completely used it up, and that is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Airbrush Foundation. I was so excited when I finally used this up because I thought I had like a couple more uses out of it, but I ended up using it all in one go. Well, not all of it, but like my last go, I thought I had at least a couple more uses and I only had one use, and I was so excited about it. I've cut out the little mesh in there just because it was way easier to get out the rest of the product like that. I'm talk about this a little bit more in my empties, but I do like this. I liked it for lazy makeup. This was so nice to use up because I didn't really have to think too much about it. It just kind of like brushes onto the skin and then you can go, which I love. So, I mean, sometime in the future I may purchase this, but right now I have so many foundations that I would rather use up and, you know, give use to than repurchasing this one. I'm so happy that this is gone. It feels really good to just have gotten this out of my collection. I don't have any like progress to show you because I wasn't really able to mark this because of the way the packaging is. It was kind of hard to see where I was, but all you need to know is that I used it up and I'm so happy about it. Some more satisfying progress comes when I talk about my lotions. I put in like the entire category of lotions and body butters into this pan because I had so many and I just wasn't using them. So I kind of put them into the project to try to get myself to use them, and I'm so excited because I actually have 3 empty lotions. So I have the Beautiful Day by Bath & Body Works body cream, the Body Shop body butter in Shea, and then the Victoria's Secret Sheer Love fragrance lotion. So all 3 of these I liked fine. I wouldn't repurchase any of these scents, especially maybe like these 2 formulas, but the scents didn't do much for me. But I'm so excited because this pan has really made me use body lotion. I'm currently using up the Bath & Body Works Golden Pear and Brown Sugar. I've definitely kind of tapered off with my use. I was a lot more on it toward the beginning of the pan. I'm really hoping that filming this update will reignite my motivation to get back into this because it felt so good to use up all of those lotions, and I just want to keep going until I don't have any left and I can just do like one at a time like a normal human. And my last empty to show you guys goes along with my body scrub. Just like the body lotion, I had quite a few of them and I wasn't using them on a regular basis, but I was able to use up the St. Ives body scrub in apricot, and this was a really good feeling. This isn't my favorite. I feel like it's not very different from the face one. I feel like it's the same kind of consistency, which isn't my favorite because I kind of want my body lotion or my body scrub to be a little bit more abrasive than face scrub. I definitely prefer my Soap & Glory one, which is the one I'm using up right now. This was fine. I didn't really find it to be amazing though, and I probably would never repurchase it, but I am so glad that this is gone. I guess I'll do the rest of the non-makeup stuff next. This is the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. I'm going to try to take screen grabs of my first video because I did not take pictures after my first video, so I really don't know how to show progress with this, but I have used this a heck of a lot more than I ever did before it was in this pan, which that's kind of my goal. I do really need to get this out, so I need to like really like kick it into gear and use this up because it's definitely going bad. It's still fine right now, but it's definitely old, and this is like a $60 mask and I would like to like use it up. I definitely didn't pay 60 bucks for it, but still. It's fine, it's good, it doesn't break me out, thank God. That was something that I was kind of worried about when I started this pan, was that this was like gonna cause issues. It hasn't, which is really good, and it's really good for winter months, so I definitely want to get it out before we hit summer because when we hit summer, my skin's gonna go into like oily overdrive and I definitely don't need something like this, so I need to use this up before it gets warm. Next up, we have my surf sprays. I am so sad to say that I have really made no progress. I don't even think I maybe used surf spray twice since the beginning of this pan, but I'm not super upset about that because of the fact that I use surf spray primarily in the summer. And while I never really blow dry my hair, I don't really find that I am drawn to this look in the winter months. So I'm really hoping that as we get into spring and summer, I get a lot more progress on these because I do have quite a few of them and I want to use them up. I don't want to get rid of them, but I do want to use them up because I only need one, really. Like, really I only need like one like small sample like this. So next up, we have my perfume that I'm trying to pan. That is the Taylor Swift Enchanted Wonderstruck. I really do enjoy this, and it hasn't been a struggle to use this up. I've found that I will use it for a week straight and then use other perfumes and then try to also like use some samples in that too, so as to not like get myself sick on this, because I am a kind of person who likes to change up their perfume a lot. So using this pretty much like on a weekly basis, I've probably used it 4 weeks in a row, or not in a row, 4 weeks out of the last 2 months, and that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit less than that. That is the progress that I have made on it. That silver line is where I started and the black line is where I am now. I'll insert a picture of that so you can see it a little bit better, but I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made on this. This bottle doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It probably ends right around there. So I do have a decent amount, but I feel like I'm definitely over halfway done with this, which is really satisfying. I don't hate this. It's just definitely something I want to get out of my collection, and I feel like I'm definitely going to do that within, I don't know how soon, but I definitely feel like this is one I'm not worried about at all. Next up, we have the other like foundation product that I have in this pan, and that is my Jouer Matte Moisture Tint. This has definitely seen better days as far as, you know, how old it is. It's definitely up there, and a lot of people would find it too disgusting to use. I don't really see an issue with it. It doesn't break me out or anything. But it's really hard to track progress in this just because it is opaque, and I definitely have like an air bubble in this. I've used this, I want to say maybe 10 times since the beginning of this project, because I was really focusing on the Tarte foundation. Now that the Tarte foundation is over and gone, I have definitely been reaching for this more. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's usable. It's not awful. It definitely makes my oils a little crazy, but I just have to be on top of it and remember to touch up throughout the day, which I don't usually do, but I want to use it up. It's not awful. It's not my favorite though, and I'm really going to look forward to this being gone. I really wish I could tell you like how much is in this. Like, I know that's gone, but this is definitely like an air bubble, so it's kind of hard to guess. I have made a little bit of progress on it, and I've definitely reached for it more than I probably wouldn't have reached for it at all if it wasn't in this pan, so that's good at least. Next up, we have my Bare Minerals Well Rested Powder. I'm starting to realize that I don't really like this as much as I thought I did. It's just a little too yellow for me, and sometimes if I'm wearing paler foundation, or rather foundation that actually matches me well, it's kind of a little too obvious. The Jouer is about a half a shade to a shade too dark for me right now, so it works with that. Like, I really can't see any kind of color difference. This isn't my favorite. I definitely prefer my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Sometimes I will dust that over top of this. Can look a little cakey when I do that, but sometimes I just feel like I really need something else other than this. I do have a little bit of progress on this. I'm not really sure how, although I feel like I haven't used it that much, and it is one of those products with a sifter that feels like it goes on forever without end. But I will insert the picture of my progress. Like, I'm proud of this, but I'm also like kind of annoyed with it, so we'll see. I may just take this out of the project come next update. Comment down below if you want 1 month updates or 2 month updates. Right now I'm doing 2 month updates, but if you want 1 month updates, like, I can do that. I just kind of feel like I don't really hit that much progress in a month, mostly because of the way that I do my pans is a little different. Instead of using something like every day, every single day, and getting sick of it, I kind of switch off week by week. So that is a lot to do with why I don't have as much progress as other people. But yeah, that was a tangent, but it's just okay. I can't wait for this to be over though. Next up, we have another product that I can't show you progress because it is opaque, and that is the Too Faced Lip Primer. I actually have really been enjoying this. I find that when I use this with like actual lipsticks, not liquid lipsticks. It's very helpful, especially when I'm not using like a matte formula. These just kind of like fill in my lips and it keeps it going for a lot longer. I've noticed I've been using this with the lipstick that I'm trying to pan, and I just find that I like the staying powder. I like the staying power and the overall feel of the lipstick more when I use this. Surprisingly, because I don't love Too Faced, but I will admit this is a pretty nice product and I like the way it's going. And I think after I use it up, I will consider another lip primer just because this has made a difference. I wish I could tell you how much progress this has, but like I've held it up to so many lights. It's completely opaque and I cannot tell you how much, but I've definitely used it a lot more than I did before it was in the pan. Speaking of lip product I'm trying to pan, this is my MAC Snob lipstick. My biggest goal for this was to basically just flatten this out because of the way that I use bullet lipsticks. They kind of get like a weird divot right through the middle of them. So I really just wanted to flatten this out a little bit more. I have kind of done that. It's a lot flatter than it was when I started. I have been using this pretty much like every other day at least. When I'm wearing makeup, there were a few weeks there where I wasn't wearing makeup at all because I was sick, but I've definitely used this a ton more. I've kind of rediscovered why I liked it, and I get a lot of compliments, I find. But yeah, this is like taking a while. MAC lipsticks are kind of hard to pan, but I feel like I can do it because at least I can make more progress on it at least. Next up is another like category, and that is the like sunscreens in my collection. I was using the Dr. Jart, but I switched over to the Tarte one because I found that this expiration date was sooner. I have been using sunscreen a heck of a lot more than I was before my pan, which is awful because I definitely need to use it every day. It's just like another step that I forget about sometimes. Considering I'm so pale, really shouldn't forget about that. I don't really know progress-wise. This bottle's kind of weird. The product doesn't really settle that well into it. I would say that I probably have like a quarter left of this, maybe. I definitely think I can use this up by next update and maybe even another one that I own. But yeah, this isn't my favorite sunscreen for sure, but I'm gonna use it up. And sunscreen. Next up, we have a face powder. This is my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder. You guys may know that this is not a huge fan of this. I haven't used this a ton. I have made some progress on it, but it's not as much as I would want. Because I was using the Tarte foundation, I didn't need anything to set my foundation because it was a powder. So I was just finding that I wasn't reaching for this as much. Now that I have the Jouer one like really getting going, this is something I definitely reach for a lot more. But for some reason, I feel like this is just taking a really long time to use. Probably because I don't like it that much and I do have to use like another powder on top of it. I like that this has SPF, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be so happy when this is gone, and I hope that it is soon. Next up, we have the blush that I'm trying to pan. Well, I've already panned, but I'm trying to use up, and that is the Hervana by Benefit blush. This I have made progress on. I think that I've definitely expanded the little baby pan that was there when I started. I use this about every other week when I'm wearing makeup. And I still really like it, and I think that when it's gone I will consider repurchasing this. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes, so it's really not work to use it. I feel like I actually feel better that this is in my pan because I don't feel bad that it's like the only blush I want to use. But yeah, so I feel like I have expanded the pan on that, and really by next update I just want to expand it a little bit more to make it a little bit more pronounced, I guess. Last up with stuff that is already in this pan is my Naked palette. I think I'm kind of disappointed, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't hit pan on any of the shades. I've made significant dents in a lot of the shades. I'm definitely focusing on the first 5 colors here just because most of my days are spent in class and at school, and those 5 colors are really like the best colors to use for a really neutral, nice eye makeup look. I used all 5 of them for this eye look today. It's very exceedingly neutral and exceedingly boring, but it is what I will wear on a day-to-day basis, especially with the Snob lipstick. So yeah, I do have dips on these, especially Sidecar and Sin, and I'm really hoping to hit pan on those 2 by next update. I was hoping that I may be able to get I was hoping that I would hit pan on at least one of them before this update. It didn't happen. I got sick so many times that I didn't wear makeup that it kind of screwed that up. But I'm hoping I can make more progress on this. It's a little bit frustrating, but I mean, I do have such significant dents on those, so we'll see by next time. Okay, so I have some stuff to add into this pan, and one of those things is to replace my used up foundation, and some of them are because I didn't have 18 products. I had kind of just compiled a list of stuff off the top of my head that I wanted to use up, and I didn't count, and so I have gone back through and now have 18 products, so I'm going to tell you what those are going to be now. So the first product that I'm adding into this pan is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I actually don't even know if this is real. I got this off Amazon back when it first came out, but this is where we are. I'm going to try to insert a picture so that you can see a little bit better. I do have, these are baked products, so they are a little domed. This one I have barely used, but dim light, I do have a significant flat, it's pretty much flat now because I've used it so much. And then this luminous light I have started to use a lot more. I kind of just use them in conjunction all over my face to give me kind of like a natural glow. I do like these. These are just so, this is so old, and I just need to like really buckle down and use this a lot more. I don't find it difficult to use when I remember. I just kind of swipe it all over my face. I love the way it looks. So it's just something that I do want to start working out of my collection because it is getting very old. Next up, I kind of have a difficult product, and that is my Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe. I do enjoy this product. It's just the fact that it is getting old and kind of starting to dry up, and I want to get more use out of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I have in there. I've really been starting to just use it around the edges because I find that that is where the best consistency of product is right now. Once I kind of dip those down, I'll try to work toward the middle. But yeah, I just kind of want to use this a little bit more. I found when I discovered the brow definer and stuff like that, I found the pencil so much easier than this that I was just reaching for those over this no matter what. And now I just kind of feel like I need to start working this into my collection on a day-to-day basis. I find that I use this mostly on nights out and stuff when I want a heavier brow, but I like the way it looks on a normal basis anyway, so I just need to start using this more. So that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm not so much trying to use it up, just trying to use it more. If I end up panning it, that would be great, but it's kind of a difficult item to pan. Next up, we have the Buxom Lip Gloss in April. I have this much left of it. This was my most used one when I used lip gloss. I really don't use lip gloss as much as I used to. I am trying to incorporate it a little bit more towards just the middle of my lips. Because of that, it may be kind of difficult for me to use because I'm not using it all the time all over my lips. But I do like this with the Snob. They pair well together, so I'm thinking I could make a decent amount of progress. And I have more than halfway gone, so we'll see. Next up, I have another lip product. This is just another lipstick that really just needs to get out of my collection. It is my oldest MAC lipstick. I probably should just throw it away, but I'm gross and I don't really mind it, so I'm going to try to use it up. It is my MAC Viva Glam Gaga lipstick. As you can see, that's the kind of dips that I put into my lipsticks. I do just kind of want this gone, and as we get closer to spring, this is a color that I would reach for a lot more during the spring and summer months, so I definitely feel like this is possible. And the last thing that I'm adding into this pan is this Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlight in Hefty Highlight. This is just, I think it was a point perk from Sephora, so it only has that much product in it. This is just something that I need to remember to use. I'm really bad at remembering to use cream highlights, so I just need to reach for this, and I'm hoping putting it into the pan will remind me to reach for it, to use it, and to hopefully use it up. So yeah, that is everything for this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, it's not the most satisfying update in the world, but I hope it inspired you at least a little bit. Comment down below if you are also panning projects, and I will comment down below if you're also in the middle of a project, and I will check those out. I love those videos. I watch them like crazy, and I find them super motivating. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.